Let's keep building. Now that you're communicating, you need to know where you fit in the hierarchy. Let's take a step back and really look how the recruiting ladder works in 2026. Here's the honest truth. Coaches don't start the recruiting lists with high school athletes anymore. We've already talked about that. They start with re-recruiting their own team. First, they work to keep the players they already have. They make sure no one transfers, no one hits the portal, and no one gets unhappy about playing time or NIL money. Retention is recruiting now. And then second, coaches hit the transfer portal hard. That's their quick fix. They can grab a player who's already proven at the college level. That player's already used to the physicality and they're ready to play right away. It's the college version of free agency. And it's where most of the early attention goes. And then third, coaches move on to junior college, prep school, or post-grad. Why? Because those players are older too. They're physically more developed, often hungry for a second chance. They've already been through a college weight room or a structured program. And finally, the fourth tier comes the high school recruit. That's where most of you live. You're not the first stop anymore. You're the last. So as a high school athlete, you're not just starting on even ground. You're climbing from the bottom of the ladder. But here's the good news. You can climb fast if you play the game the right way. Because if you've done everything we've talked about, build great film, communicate early, stay consistent, and show growth, you're just not another unknown name in a database. You're a known player. You've already proven that you understand what it means to recruit yourself. Let's put the numbers in perspective. In men's basketball last year, for 2,300 players entered the transfer portal. On the women's side, over 1,400 athletes did the same thing. That's thousands of players moving around college basketball every single year. And now add the G League eligibility story, where the player who's been paid professionally was just allowed to compete in college. And then the NIL landscape, where some players are making more money than their assistant coaches. That's the environment coaches are operating in now. They're under more pressure than ever to win now. And what does that mean for you? It means coaches are taking fewer high school players. They are recruiting later, and they're looking for athletes who are already organized, ready, and proactive. And it's not just Division I. Divisions 2 and 3 coaches are feeling that same ripple effect. They're waiting to see which players trickle down from higher levels before they make their own offers. They're also managing tighter rosters and scholarship budgets, which means fewer spots for high school seniors. So what can you do about it? You can get ahead. You start communicating early than everyone else. You make your film easy to find and your updates impossible to ignore. You become the recruit who coaches already know by name before the portal dust even settles. Because here's the truth. Timing is everything in this new era. And the athletes who move early, who take action before everyone else, are the ones who keep doors open while others are still waiting for calls that will never come. That's why proactive communication and visibility are your superpowers now. They don't just move you up the list, they keep you in the conversation.